90 glorious years have passed, but the Nanchang Uprising is still a fresh memory. The Jinggangshan spirit now flourishes all over China. Past and present, in wartime or peacetime, to win battles is the duty on our mind. Safeguarding peace is where our mission lies. The military has always been inseparable from the people. The People's Armed Forces remain committed to its people. Our motto, serve the people wholeheartedly, remains unchanged. Amid 90 years of winds and rains, ups and downs, the PLA holds its original will. And with it, it is heading towards the future.
我宣布，中国将裁减军队员额30万。
This is the call for the PLA to reform in the new era. It is also a commitment of China to the world. On December 31st, 2015, as the bells rang to welcome the new year, the PLA Army's leading organ was formally established. With the Rocket Force and the Strategic Support Force, the PLA now has fully fledged service departments. On February 1st, 2016, under the principle that the Central Military Commission takes overall charge, the theater commands focus on operations, the services focus on force development. Joint operation commanding organizations for 5 theater commands were established. On April 18, 2017, 84 Corps-level units were reorganized. 18 Army Corps were readjusted and reorganized into 13. The reform of the top level is now completed. The medium and grassroots level reform is on its way. The PLA today is undergoing fundamental reform. Military UAVs, battlefield smart supply vehicles, reconnaissance robots are conducting missions. This is the Over the Obstacles 2016 Unmanned Ground System Competition, jointly held by military and civilian agencies. Smart unmanned devices are integrating into the Chinese Army, becoming a part of the new force. The Army embraces smart ground devices. It is also forging wings. They are the first female helicopter pilots of the Chinese Army Aviation. They will fly shoulder to shoulder with the Air Force to safeguard peace. As reform goes on, the Army is undergoing progressive reorganization, upgrading equipment, and improving training. It will develop into a slim but strong force. In July 2016, the 3 fleets of the Chinese Navy sailed to the South China Sea and the East China Sea to conduct live fire exercises and drills. Chief Petty Officer Hu Jianzhou is from the destroyer Zhenzhou. He has served in the Navy for 19 years. Today, he fired a ship-to-air missile.
这是一次等于实战的经历吧，在心理上也是一种锻炼，一直有着大战来临的感觉。
These drills and exercises help soldiers and servicemen to understand their responsibility and mission. On April 26, 2017, China's second aircraft carrier was launched, marking a key step forward of the Chinese Navy. More new vessels are commissioned. The Chinese Navy has become a modernized one, and its capability to safeguard peace and maritime security has been strengthened. Military reform also sets higher standards for the Air Force. Pilot training is getting more intensive. Air Force aviator Zhang Chao is doing air refueling training again and again. This intensive training is for a tougher mission. Before dawn, Special Class Pilot Liu Rei has already arrived at the airport, doing pre-flight checks of the H-6K bomber. Right after the order, Liu Rei departs with his team, flying to the South China Sea for a combat patrol mission.
看了整个南海，哎呀，特别漂亮。 我就在这里。
Patrols like this have already become regular missions of the Chinese Air Force. Senior enlisted military are the backbone of the Army. An Shuangbin is a measurement and control technician in the rocket force. He had pressed the missile launch button many times in exercises and is praised as the golden finger. On March 23, 2017, An Shuangbin, along with 50 others, received the highest ranking for those enlisted by the service, Master Sergeant, and a King of Soldiers for their service. In the ongoing reform, the 2nd Artillery Force was reorganized into the Rocket Force, according to the strategic requirement of a structure of both nuclear and conventional missiles and full-spectrum deterrence capability to build reliable nuclear deterrence and counterattack ability, to enhance strategic counterbalance capacity. The Rocket Force will be the bedrock for national security. Whenever war is declared, we are ready. Military reform is reshaping the Chinese military, and it is improving the military's capability of safeguarding world peace and regional security. In July last year, the Chinese Navy was invited to RIMPAC 2016, the world's largest international maritime exercise. In September 2016, China and Russia held joint naval drills. Now, joint drills between China and foreign troops have become a common practice. Through deeper communication and stronger cooperation, the PLA has integrated with the world at an unparalleled level. In the early morning of April 9, 2017, In the Gulf of Aden, a Chinese naval fleet was on an escort mission. It successfully rescued a Tuvaluan cargo ship under attack by pirates. 16 Special Force soldiers from the frigate Yulin went by speedboat under the cover of a helicopter, boarded the hijacked ship, rescued 19 crew members, and captured 3 suspected pirates.
The first warship Chinese to try to help us.
So second China.
Take from China.
Since 2008, the Chinese Navy dispatched 26 escort task forces, including more than 70 ships. For the escort mission in the Gulf of Aden and off the coast of Somalia, it has escorted more than 6,300 Chinese and foreign ships. The Chinese Navy has rescued, accompanied, and escorted more than 60 ships. On April 1st, 2017, recently commissioned missile frigates Huanggang and Yangzhou and the AOE Gaoyufu, grouped as the 26th Task Force, and sailed to the Gulf of Aden for an escort mission. Tang Shu will soon be released from the military. He was among the first infantry battalions dispatched for the peacekeeping mission in South Sudan. In that mission, he was injured twice and had to undergo waist surgery. There are many others like Tang Shu. They went on a mission to safeguard world peace, and they made immense sacrifices. On July 10, 2016, in South Sudan, one vehicle carrying Chinese peacekeepers was attacked. 2 Chinese soldiers died, and 5 were injured.
我们中国军人就是用这种血肉之躯铸成了保护难民、保护联合国人员和机构这种钢铁城墙。
Until June 2017, the Chinese military has participated in 24 UN peacekeeping missions, sending 31,000 personnel in total. 13 of them have lost their lives in the line of duty. Even at this moment, there are still more than 2,300 Chinese troops on active duty in 8 task areas.
Fellow Chinese peacekeepers, wear these medals as the proud and worthy ambassadors of your country and of the United Nations. Congratulations, 谢谢.
In May 2017, the Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation was held in Beijing. The ancient Silk Road extended thousands of miles. It is a symbol for the time-honored Silk Road spirit of peace and cooperation, openness and inclusiveness, mutual learning and mutual benefit. Peace is the core value of the Chinese civilization. Traditional Chinese military culture upheld victory without war as its highest goal. China pursues a national defense policy that is defensive in nature. It is an inevitable outcome of the inheritance of the Chinese culture. The Chinese military culture, art, music, and the Guards of Honor embrace the world through exchange, promoting mutual learning of military culture around the world. The Chinese military is embarking on a new journey and steadfastly carries out President Xi Jinping's order.
我们要树立共同、综合、合作、可持续的安全观，营造共建共享的安全格局。
With splendid traditions and a goal of peace, the Chinese PLA is stretching its hands to the rest of the world.